This is the Sky News Weekly Business Roundup. I'm Naomi Kerbel, bringing you the big business stories from the past 7 days. Russia's threat. US and European airlines may face flight restrictions. Boots buyout. US chain Walgreens checking out with a British brand. Wall Street waiting. Which bank is on the verge of the biggest fine since the start of the crash? Paying your way out of trouble. How much did it take for Bernie Ecclestone to settle? And stay tuned to find out where you can get big bargains on the high street. This week, Russia threatened to block commercial European and American flights through part of its airspace as the sanctions battle between Moscow and the West intensified. President Putin blocked imports of most food from the EU and US in retaliation for the economic sanctions after the shooting down of the Malaysia airliner.
Russia imports about 40% of its agricultural produce. So, if anything, they're just going to be causing a great deal of food price inflation to many Russians who, frankly, don't have the same income levels as we have in Europe.
Bank of America and the US Department of Justice are getting close to agreeing a $16 billion settlement over the sale of mortgage-backed securities before the crisis. The deal would be the largest from the economic crash. Last year, settlements of $13 billion were reached with JP Morgan, and last month, US authorities announced a $7 billion settlement with Citigroup.
You're seeing $9 billion in cash and actually around $7 billion in consumer relief, which is around kind of modifying home loans and trying to reach the people kind of worst affected by this. So it is a huge number. At the same time, I think if you just look at the share price, Bank of America's share price didn't fall as a result of this.
Walgreens has confirmed it is to take full control of Britain's Boots. As revealed first by Sky News, the deal worth more than £5 billion will see the US pharmacy chain acquire the remaining 55% stake of Alliance Boots that it does not already own. But intense political pressure has meant that it will retain its headquarters in the US rather than pursuing a so-called tax inversion. A German court has ruled that Bernie Ecclestone can pay £60 million to end his trial on bribery charges. The Formula One boss has always denied bribing a banker, but if he'd been found guilty of fraud, he could have faced up to 10 years in jail.
As for him suggesting that they use the money to build a new track in southern Germany, well, that's pure Ecclestone, but of course it's not down to him where that money goes. I would say it's a very large take by the German state to end this matter.
That's almost all we've got time for, but before I go, my favourite story of the week. The big discount retailers are now giving each other a run for their money. The 99p store has gradually been dropping its prices from 99p to 93p and 92p. And if you fancy a trip to the seaside, Poundland in Torquay is currently selling its products for just 90p. I love a bargain. Well, that's it for this week's Business Roundup. You can catch up on more on skynews.com/business or on the Sky News for iPad app.